Hello and welcome to this short explanation of research methods into social inequalities for the OCR Sociology exam. This is for the 20-mark question, and the question that I'm looking at is an evaluative essay, so it's looking at strengths and weaknesses of a method for studying a topic, a particular area of social life and an area of social inequality. And essentially the strategy is to look at in each paragraph, look at the general method that's stated in the question, so interviews, look at the concept that you're explaining, whether it's a strength concept or a weakness concept, like let's say depth and detail. Support it with a theory if possible, like interpretivism, and refer to examples to explain and show understanding. So in this case, in this essay question, refer to the specific topic of social inequality, the specific area of social inequality in the question for examples. So you can say, using interviews, you can gather more depth and detail. This is supported by interpretivists who want to achieve verstehen or empathy from the point of view of the subject. This is very important in studying experiences of poverty for young children in attending school, experiences of school for young children from poorer backgrounds. So I'm referring to the area of social inequality in the question and in the source, which is the research study in the exam paper. The other thing to refer to is the specific method used in the study in the source. So we could say, for example, Horgan's study used semi-structured interviews and group interviews with staff and students, and this would enable the researcher to ask more open questions, to probe for more information about what it feels like for young children to attend school from poorer backgrounds. So you can see in that paragraph I've tagged on at the end a sentence about the specific methods used by the researcher in the study, in the source, as an example of how interviews can be useful in gathering more depth and detail. So what we've got is we've got a general method in the question, which is interviews. We've got specific strengths and weaknesses points, which are our concept points, like depth and detail as a strength and reliability as a weakness, especially with some types of unstructured, open-ended questions interviews. And so we've got the general method, we've got the strengths and weaknesses points, and for each strength point and for each weakness point we need to refer to the general method in the question, which is interviews. We need to refer to a specific point, like depth and detail. We need to refer to the specific methods used by the researcher. So we could say, Horgan used semi-structured interviews, blah, blah, blah. And we can refer to the specific topic, in other words, the area of social inequality. In this case, the experience of school for poorer children. And so that key word, like experience and poverty, those key words, especially in this case experience, are very important because the difference between feelings and patterns of activity is very important, and different types of methods might be more appropriate or fit for purpose. Feelings can be understood better with more descriptive information. Why did you do that? Because I feel, how does it feel to experience that? Compared to, what did you do? How many times did you do it? How often do you experience this? That is numbers, numerical data. So questionnaires might be more suitable for one type of information and one type of topic or area of study, and another method might be suitable for a different topic and area of study. So whatever the question is should determine the nature of the answer. If you understand the methods in general, then you should be able to respond and make judgments about how to order the points in your essay. If it's an essay where it's about interviews and the source material is mainly qualitative methods, then I would probably start with interpretivists, depth and detail, validity, Bestehen, and I'd probably do weaknesses in terms of positivism, reliability, not being scientific, not gathering information about patterns and trends, being too subjective and biased. And along the way of doing that, you would need to refer to the general method in the question, in this case interviews, the points that you're making, like all those that I just listed, depth and detail, reliability, whatever it is. Refer to the specific methods used by the researcher in the study in the source. In this case, Horgan used semi-structured interviews, asking more questions which were improvised to gather more information about why, and so on, depending on the point. Refer to the method in the study in the source, the specific methods used. As an example of the general method in the question, which is interviews, you can refer to a specific method in the study, which is semi-structured interviews. And lastly, you can refer to the topic, which is the area of social inequality and social life, which in this case is poverty, young children's and so that topic needs to be in every paragraph. Every point you make as a strength, every point you make as a weakness, you need to refer to that topic of inequality to some extent. You don't have to list the whole thing, you just refer to it to some extent. Okay, I hope this has been helpful. If you look at the general points on the strengths, general points on the weaknesses in the book, you've basically got information about strengths and weaknesses. So your task is to put points about the general method, put points about the specific concept, whether it's a strength or a weakness point, to put some reference to the theory like interpretivism or positivism, whatever is appropriate. So if it's reliability, I bring in positivism, scientific field, and refer to the specific methods used by the study in the source, and refer to the specific area of social inequality. These are the elements of the question. The question says these elements. It says using the source and your wider sociological knowledge and understanding. Explain and evaluate the usefulness, how good or bad, to what extent it's useful and good, of interviews in this case, for studying the experiences of school for children from poorer backgrounds. So it's got all of those elements in a 20-mark question of the general method. You've got to refer to specific concepts and the theory where possible. It's got the element of the specific source. It's got the area of the specific type of inequality or the area of social inequality. So you've got to include those elements in every paragraph for you to get full marks. The more you mention each of those elements in every paragraph, then you will get much better marks. Hope this has been useful.